What's up, guys? I am extremely excited about today's video because it is something very near and dear to my heart. It is a pain point for many ESL or ELL learners, and it's something that I get asked quite frequently on how you can change. How can you remedy this problem? Teacher Carly, how can you help me? What can I do to stop sounding robotic? To be honest, it's hard. It's difficult because a lot of times when you're learning a language, when you're learning English especially, but any language, you have to learn through a textbook for at least a little bit of it. I know there's a lot of ways now in this day and age, maybe you don't even have to open a book, but if you really want to be good at it, you need to study and you're going to have to learn and start somewhere. And a lot of times you start with a textbook. If you're watching this video of mine right now, you have probably been learning English for quite some time because on my channel, I teach you beyond the textbook. You've already done every textbook you can possibly do in your entire life. And now you're like, why do I still not sound like a native? I've spent so much time, so much money, so many years, whatever, hours learning English. I want to sound like a native. Boom, you find my channel or other channels like me or mine, and you learn how to speak like a native because there's only so much you can learn from a textbook. And I tell my students and my friends, you guys as my viewers all the time, you can only learn so much from a textbook. And that is for everything in life. You can learn all you want how to be a doctor from school, from a textbook, but you're not going to be able to be a good doctor until you get hands-on experience. That's why, at least for here in America, you need many years of hands-on experience, even after you graduate, being a doctor, being a nurse, and so on and so forth. Same thing goes for learning a language. You're not going to be able to just study and be perfect. You're going to sound robotic if all you do is talk exactly how you read it in a book. Because even native English speakers, we do not speak like how we write. It's two totally different things. And probably in your language as well, you speak differently from the way you write, right? It's like formal and informal speech. So if you want to sound like a native, you need to learn how to speak English like a native, not like a robot from a textbook. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips that I believe they're pretty simple tips. I believe that they will totally transform the way that you speak. So the first tip for you all is to use varied intonation. Use varied intonation. And again, it's a big word for saying don't talk like a robot.
Just hanging out for the day.
Don't talk like monotone. Don't talk like this because I don't know how to use my voice in English because it is so hard because it is a second language and I haven't been learning it long enough. Don't talk like that.
Who, me? Just chilling.
Use varied intonation, which means change your pitch and tone to reflect your emotions and emphasize important parts.
Nice.
When it comes to English, we like to emphasize things with our tones and also our pitch. So if I want to say like, oh my God, it's so cute, I would say it like that. Like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. But I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, it's so cute. No, it doesn't make, like, it's just not there. I have to show my emotion, right, in my voice. If I learned from a textbook how to say, oh my gosh, it's so cute, and I go to my friend and she has a really cute purse and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. That sounds like a robot. Like Siri on your phone is saying, oh my gosh, it's so cute. No, you want to add some emotion, all right? You can add pitch to emphasize emotion or important parts because this adds a natural rhythm and expression to your speech. It makes your speech sound more natural. It expresses yourself or the point that you want to get across a lot more natural and honestly easier. People can read your feelings a lot more when you speak in pitch with the same feeling that you're feeling, you know? If I'm feeling sadness, I'm probably gonna speak like I'm sad. If I'm feeling excitement, I'm probably going to speak like I'm excited. You rise in pitch at the end of a question and vary your tone when expressing excitement or concern. Those are the main ways you can use varied intonation to make you sound much more native, much more natural, not like a robot. So a lot of times, for example, I said when you ask a question, you rise your tone. And I've noticed I learned a little bit of Japanese and I've studied Korean for many years and I'm bilingual in Korean. This is a common theme across many languages, when you ask a question, you rise the tone at the end. So in English, I'll be like, did you eat? Did you eat? You want to go shopping? You want to go shopping? Just, it's a slight raise. But I know when I was learning Japanese, it's like, momo momo desu ka? Like it's like up, you know? And in Korean as well, it's like you want to go shopping, like shopping hale? Like it goes up. Or shopping kale, which means want to go. This is not a Korean class though. This is a Japanese This is an English class, all right? So it's a common theme, and you probably have it in your language too. Just show emotion. Robots can't really show emotion yet. We don't know what's coming, future with AI and everything, but we are human. Yeah, there's cultural differences, but when you're talking, I don't think any culture in the whole world has a language where they want to sound robotic. Like the language is like, do not use any emotion whatsoever when you talk. I want you to sound like a human computer. No, every language you have to express yourselves in your own way. You have your pitches, you have, show the emotion. Like I said, the question, you go up a little bit. You used varied intonation to not sound like a robot. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, incorporate natural pauses. This is so important. Please listen to me when I tell you, you need to incorporate natural pauses. Now, you might say, but teacher Carley, you talk really fast sometimes and you don't pause. I did say the last tip was use varied intonation. Express your emotion, express your excitement. When I get excited, I talk fast, and that is something natural. I bet a robot doesn't talk fast when they get excited, right? When I get excited, I talk fast. And that's not only in English. You can ask my Korean friends. When I get excited, even in Korean, I talk fast as well. It's just a thing. For me, when I'm excited, I talk fast. When I'm nervous, I talk fast as well, all right? When I say you need to incorporate natural pauses, I'm not saying you should talk like this. Hello, my name is Carley. No, don't talk like that. That is so unnatural. That is not natural pauses, all right? That actually sounds like a robot, or that sloth from Zootopia. We don't want you sounding like the sloth from Zootopia. We want you to sound natural and native. So when you use natural pauses or you incorporate natural pauses, this allows yourself to use pauses and breaks in conversation, and it gives you time to think and make your speech more conversational. People have natural pauses that they do in almost every language. You can see that. I say every language. Every language that I've learned so far has natural pauses, but I do hear sometimes some of my friends speaking Chinese, and I don't think there's a natural pauses in Chinese. It is so fast. Or there probably are natural pauses, but for me, I'm like, oh, I don't know what you just said, but that's probably how English sounds to you guys sometimes as well. And definitely when I first started learning Korean, it sounded really fast. Once you start learning the language, you can see, okay, they pause. Usually we say like, oh, hey, what's up? Did you go to class yesterday? Pause for a response. They say their response, We don't say like, oh, hey, what's up? Did you go to class yesterday? Unless you need to talk fast because you have somewhere to go. We don't say it like that. Like, oh, hey, what's up? Did you go to class yesterday? Oh my God, did you study for the test? We don't talk like that. So, oh, hey, what's up? Did you go to class yesterday? Did you study for the test? Much more natural, much more native. Slight little pauses here and there makes a big difference. Don't feel pressure to speak fast. Don't feel pressure to speak too slow. We can understand you no matter what, as long as you incorporate natural pauses. Again, use varied intonation. It'll help. All right, so number 3, practice emphasis and stress. So focus on stressing important words and phrases in your sentences. This helps convey meaning and emotion more effectively. For example, in the sentence, I really enjoyed the movie, emphasize really and enjoyed to show enthusiasm. So again, it kind of ties into number 1 with the varied intonation. I wouldn't say I really enjoyed the movie. No, I would say I really enjoyed that movie, or I really enjoyed the movie. I show emphasis. I stress those words really and enjoyed. And I show that, man, I was excited about that. I really liked that movie. It was a good movie. You show emphasis on certain words. If I do not like something, I usually make a little face. And I also emphasize, like, it was so nasty. Like, I emphasize so, and I like spit with the S. So, no, not really. Or if something was real, let's say it was really sad. And so I have like a little sad expression on, and I'm like, you know what? Man, it was a sad movie. It was a sad movie. I emphasize man. I emphasize sad. These things you're not going to learn overnight. This video might help you, but it's not going to be the fix-all of fix-alls. These things you learn by actually practicing English. So I know a lot of you sitting here watching me, your English is already up to a level where you're fluent. You are fluent. However, you still do not sound like a native, or maybe you're almost there but not quite there. If you want to start sounding like a native, please take these simple 3 steps that I gave you today and implement them. Because it's one thing to watch here on YouTube, it's one thing to learn, but practice does make progress. And I'm telling you, it is so hard to speak like a native if you are not a native. And that's for any language. I feel like I will never be able to speak like a native Korean. I'm trying my best. I might be 80 years old when I'm able to speak like a native Korean, but I'm trying and I'm practicing. And I know a lot of you guys on here, especially my students from the academy, I know that you are trying your best as well and that you're on the right path. You just have to keep on keeping on. And I'm hoping that these 3 steps today will help you not sound like a robot. Please, for the love of God, do not say, hi, I'm fine, thank you, and you, when somebody asks you how you are. Please show emotion, be like, oh, I'm great, how about yourself? There's things like that. You know what, I should start a little series. I'm not gonna say I'm going to. Depends on how this video goes. If you guys like this video, maybe I will. But how it would sound in a textbook, like I should get like an English textbook and see how it says or how they say it there, and then how natural native English speakers would say it. Because for example, the textbook will be like, hi, how are you? The response is, I'm fine, thank you, and you? But we don't say that. That's so robotic. We would say, hey, how are you? Or how are ya? Oh, I'm good, how about yourself? That's how we would say it, or something along those lines. Or hey, what's up, man? I'm doing great. How about you? Like that. And not even how about you. It's how about you? How about you? Hibachi? No. How about you? That's how we would say it. All right. We like, it's slang. Everything is different. Language is forever changing, and textbook language and actual verbal language, totally different things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different, not a little bit. It was completely different than what we usually do, but it's something that I have been asked 1,000,001 times. You now have a whole video to reference in the future. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.